Hello my dear students, welcome back to your online class. So yesterday through virtual class we have already discussed second chapter, that is plant and animal tissues. Plant and animal tissues, that is second chapter. Now those who could not attend the virtual class and those who have attended also, for having a clear concept about this, again you go through this video. Okay, so first in our first chapter we discussed about cell. So we all know what is cell, right? It's a basic unit of life. Cell is basic unit of life. All living organisms are made up of cells. So we had a detailed study about what is cell. So the second chapter is plant and animal tissue. So what is tissue? So after cell comes tissues, after tissues comes organ, and then you have organ system. Now cell, it's a basic unit of life. Now what is tissue? Tissues are a group of cells. They are a group of cells that perform similar function, and the group of tissues are called organ, and many organ forms the organ system. So in this chapter we will be focusing only on tissues. Okay, so I hope you understood what is tissue. It's a group of cell which perform a similar function. Your skin is also made up of a group of epithelial cells, right? And what does it do? It protects your body. It's the first defense system of our body's skin, because this protects us, our body, from the harmful effects of any kind of germs or any kind of pathogens. It does not allow it to enter, right? So first defense system is our skin. So skin is made up of your group of epithelial cells. Okay, so in this chapter we will be discussing in detail about plant and animal tissues. So in this class we will first take up with animal tissues. What is animal tissue? So animal tissues, these are the tissues that are present in animals. Now this can be divided into different types. So your animal tissues can be divided into many types. So what are they? First is your epithelial, then you have connective, then you have muscular and nervous. These are the types of epithelial tissue or animal tissues. Now first, the epithelial tissue. The function of this tissue is protection. Like I told you, your skin is also made up of epithelial tissue. All the hollow cavities in your body, inner lining of intestine, stomach, alimentary canal, then you have respiratory tract, all of it is made up of epithelial tissue, and their function is to protect those organs. Okay. Now next one is your connective tissue. Now connective, the name itself suggests you that it's connecting. So it's helping connecting the different parts of your body. So you have bone, cartilage, ligament, tendon, and all this comes under your connective tissue. Now muscular tissue, under muscular tissue comes your muscle cells. So muscles, what does it do? Along with the bone, it helps in bringing about locomotion in your body or movement in your body. Okay, now next comes your nervous tissue. Nervous tissue are made up of nerve cell, and what is the function of a nerve cell? To carry the message of our surrounding to the brain, and from brain to brain or spinal cord, and from brain and spinal cord to the effector organs. That means it makes us aware of the surrounding and what can be done in order to protect ourselves if there is any kind of danger. So it helps in controlling and coordinating our body. Overall you can say control and coordination. Control and coordination is brought about by your nervous tissue. So we have to go in detail about each one of this. In today's class we will just take up epithelial tissue in detail. Like I told you, epithelial tissue, where are they present? They are present in the outer covering of our body, inner lining of the hollow cavities or organs in our body like alimentary canal, respiratory tract. All this consists of your epithelial tissue. So whenever you are dealing with any kind of tissue, you first have to know its location. Location and its function is very important. So we understood the location of epithelial tissue. Now coming to the function. So what is its function? It protects the underlying parts from drying up. It also, like our skin, it prevents the entry of harmful germs, right? Now other than protection, some of the epithelial tissue, they are modified and they carry out some other function. For example, you have glandular epithelium. Now this glandular epithelium, they take the shape of a gland and they secrete certain enzymes which are useful for us. For example, you have gastric gland, you have salivary gland, you have sweat gland. So these glands, they secrete certain enzymes. For gastric gland, it secretes gastric juice, okay, which helps in digestion of the food. Salivary gland secretes saliva, which also helps in digestion of the food, okay. And there are certain epithelial cell which has certain cilia, so that helps in removing the waste that's trying to enter our respiratory tract or any other organ, okay. And like cuboidal epithelium, which is present in the kidney tubules, that also helps in absorption of the water. So other than protection, it also carries out some other function. The modified version of epithelial tissue carries out some other function. Now let's move on to the types of epithelial cell. Now if you go to the types, now this classification is done on the basis of shape. Some of the epithelial tissues are flat, some of them are cube-like, some of them are columnar, some of them have so on the basis of shape, this epithelial tissue is further classified. So what are the types? Squamous, then you have cuboidal, then you have columnar, okay. Now squamous, the cell, if you look at the cell of a squamous tissue, they are flat, okay, they are flat. And where are they present? This squamous epithelial is mainly present in the skin, even in the lining of the mouth, okay. Now what does it do? So as we know, skin, what is the role of a skin? Protecting us from the harmful germs. So similarly, it protects us from the entry of harmful germs or prevents the cells from drying. Now but in case of skin, this squamous epithelial tissues are not only single layer, you have a multiple layer. Only single layer will not be able to prevent, so you have a multiple layer. So here you call it as stratified epithelium. Stratified epithelium. Stratified means you have a multiple layer of that particular same tissue. Understood? Okay. Now coming to the cuboidal. Cuboidal, the name itself suggests you the shape of a cell is cube-like. Okay. Now where are these cuboidal cells present? Now they are present in the endocrine glands, inner lining of this endocrine glands, kidney tubules. That's why it also helps in absorption of the water. So primary function is protection of these organs, and other than that, cuboidal epithelial also helps in absorption of the water. Now coming to the columnar epithelial. Now where are these columnar epithelial present? They are present in the lining the respiratory tract. Lining the respiratory tract. Now some of this columnar epithelial, if you look at the diagram that's given in the book also, if you I'm just drawing a rough diagram. If it is a columnar epithelial, some of them have cilia. Now this cilia are hair-like projection, so it helps in this cilia keeps on continuously moving So the columnar epithelium with cilia is referred to as ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium. Now this helps in removing the dust particles or any kind of germs that's trying to enter our respiratory tract. Now in case of cuboidal epithelium also there is a modification. What is the modification? Some of the cuboidal epithelium, they take a gland like shape. Now this is referred to as glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium, and like I told you, glands, they secrete certain enzymes which help in carrying out different function in our body. Okay, so that's all about epithelial tissue. So on the basis of shape on 3 types. Now within that also you have certain modification, like cuboidal, if takes up the shape of a gland, it's called glandular epithelium. Columnar, if they have a cilia, it is referred to as ciliated epithelium. So among all, you have to first look at the location, where are they present, and their function. Primary function is protection, so obviously wherever the organ, whatever organ they are present, they'll try to protect that organ from the chemical effect or entry of germs, all that. Okay, so that's all about epithelial tissue. So in our next class we will take up the other 3, that is connective, muscular and nervous tissue. Okay, thank you.